first two games they played against the biggest teams, USA and Argentina. USA before that game, they've just spent about four days
in camp.
In camp, and Nigeria spent close to about 28 days in camp, before that. So I think that shows the difference. And of course, against Argentina, trying to remember what we did in Rio, and of course, those guys were spectacular. But by this time, they lost by 39 points to Australia, Team B. Why am I saying Team B? Because you didn't have the big top players playing like the likes of Patty Mills, Aaron and Joe. These guys sat out. Josh Giddey and Chris Godwin was guys who, had to excel in the absence of their NBA teammates. So Australia still have one more game to play this weekend against the USA. We'll see how big they will be. But then the game ended 108-69. How impressive was that? A blowout, you will say.
Yes, that's more than a blowout. Cecilia, the Boomers came out firing and led 49-26 late in the second quarter before cruising to that 39-point victory. Like we said, they were unstoppable from long range as well, nailing 18 of 29 in a remarkable shooting display. Nigeria struggled big time. Especially from the perimeter.
Yes.
They made only 8 of 31 shots. Josh Okogie leading Nigeria with 10 points. Obi Emegano as well too scored 10 points. They were the only two Nigerians.
They were double digits. Precious Achiuwa had 7, Okafor had 7, Iregu had 7 with no assist or no rebounds. I'm talking about Iregu, but Okafor had 5 rebounds and 1 assist. Precious Achiuwa had 6 rebounds and of course 1 assist, but then Megano and Josh Okogie were just the guys who were
bad day at the office.
A very bad day. He just brought them to earth. I'm like, okay, maybe the consistency just playing playing games and games and games.
Back to back.
A reminder that it happens, yeah.
Back to back games. Like we said, I mean the results doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. But it would have been good to see them beat world number 3 Australia as well. But it wasn't meant to be for the Tigers. And of course, hopefully they learn from this and continue to improve in their bid to win a medal at the Tokyo
end of their
Olympics.
exhibition games, right? So they'll head to Tokyo. We need to go on a break right about now. When we come back, we'll listen to the coach of the Tigers, Mike Brown, talking about how impressive these players have been so far.
Even players from the past that have reached out, and then I'm in dialogue with guys. Programming for their country is off the charts, and I would say it's that way because of their parents. One of the things that I told everybody when I gave my pitch about them coming to try out for the team, I said, hey, look, I'm going to try to make this the best experience for you as possible. We're going to try to put the best staff together. It's going to be NBA-ish, where we want to take care of you guys as best we can off the floor. We'll have an equipment guy, a security guy, a masseuse, a couple of trainers, the whole 9 yards. I said, but in return, I'm going to demand a lot from you when you're on the floor. And I expect for you to carry yourself on and off the floor like your parents who are from Nigeria, because everybody's parents are from Nigeria. So like your parents from Nigeria and your grandparents too. And as long as you're carrying yourself the way that your parents raised you and your grandparents, and you're playing your behinds off out on the floor, then I'm good. Because all of these guys, from me talking to them, have been raised in households where they've been raised in a Nigerian way. So they all understand their roots very, very well, and they're all passionate about their roots because of their parents and the people before them.
Excellent from Mike Brown. For those of you talking about passion and how confident and passionate these players are, now you understand why it's like that. Because raising Nigerian home, of course, the Nigerian spirit will always be there. Well, we have someone we've not seen for a long time. Demola Ogungbona, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me this morning.
Good to have you.
Good to see
Welcome
you.
back.
Good morning,
Okay.
Quickly,
your thoughts on the Tigers before we just move on, wrap up the Olympic segment.
I mean, you mentioned that they are being well groomed in Nigerian homes and all that. You forgot to mention that Nigerian food as well play a huge factor.
Of course.
Pounded
yam,
So, I mean, they've done brilliantly, over the past, week, beating the US and Argentina as well. I mean, Australia, number 3 team. I think they beat the USA as well a few days ago.
Yeah.
So, that was always going to be tough. But then it's a good preparation for the Tigers, and something inside of me says they'll probably get a medal, at this Olympics. So we can see.
That's all we're all hoping for.
Just knowing that, we just hope the support will just keep coming. The ministry will back them, more financial support for these players, and of course for all the team, and that will also, help.
So far, so good.
So
no
far,
issues.
so good. No issues.
Yeah.
Because they have to keep it simple and nice.
Yeah.
We know what's happening.